Virginia Democrats are moving ahead with a plan to redraw the Old Dominion's congressional maps and net Democrats up to 4 more House seats. Proposal to do so passed the state's Democratic-controlled House of Delegates on Wednesday and is now headed to the state Senate. Hunter Woodall has been following the nationwide redistricting campaign and joins me now. Good to see you, sir. Okay, this has gone from Texas to California, a bunch of other states, but Virginia now is ground zero. What have they done so far? What's next?
So the big thing is they're trying to amend the state constitution. That's what they have to do first, to actually get a ballot measure in front of voters well ahead of the midterms to say, hey, we want to redraw the state's congressional maps. You got 11 House seats, 11 U.S. House seats in Virginia, 6 held by Democrats, 5 held by Republicans. There's talk, there's no certainty yet, we don't know what the map looks like, but there's talk of a 10-1 map, 10 districts that would favor Democrats, only 1 that could be won by a Republican.
That's going to be an awfully squiggly map, isn't it?
It's sure going to, show some interesting dynamics, definitely. In the coming weeks, we should get a sense of what it looks like. We don't know yet.
That happens at the, and what's interesting, well, actually, the biggest question is, does that map apply to this November?
Yeah, the idea is that it would. They're trying to move things forward. How is that not going to
get challenged legally by someone?
It already has been, because it's interesting. Virginia Democrats had to actually pass this in 2 different sessions. They passed it last year in a special session. Mm-hmm. The governor's not involved, so Glenn Youngkin, the Republican governor, at that time, couldn't do anything to block it. Democrats have, a majority in the House and the Senate, but they had to pass it in 1 session, pass it in a 2nd session before it can even go to voters. Republicans are really trying to challenge this, but obviously they're making the kind of argument that you've heard other states make, and actually sort of like what Texas Democrats made when they're trying to hold up things, when Texas Republicans are redrawing that state's maps.
So let's remind people, we have a map of where redistricting has been signed into law. And it's essentially 4 states now have tweaked things. This one, there we go. There's the 5 in Texas, the 5 in California, 1 out of Missouri, and 1 more pickup potentially for Republicans in North Carolina. Virginia would end up scrambling the map by how many seats?
So the idea is it could be as many as 4 Republican seats.
So it's almost as monumental as Texas and California, in a much smaller place.
And that's the strange thing here is when Virginia started looking at this, Ed, the idea was, okay, they're going to counter what was going on. Republicans are trying in Texas. Now it seems to be Virginia could counter Florida, where GOP Governor Ron DeSantis is talking about redrawing that state's map. So
and that one would also apply for November, right?
Yes, that's the idea. So all this, we're not through with midterm shakeups yet. Anything could really happen, and it's also fluid. North Carolina really came out of the blue when that happened. Missouri might even, there's a ballot measure to try and get that map thrown out. That could freeze it for the midterm. So there's a lot going on, Ed.
And again, I think we have it. If we can show people where else there could potentially be changes made. Virginia is the one you've mentioned. Maryland, because the Democrats there are still trying to sort out whether they can make a run for it. And then Florida, where they could flip at least 3 more seats, which ultimately means we're looking at potentially 5, 10, another 14, almost 20 seats across the country potentially redrawn in such a way that the other party could pick it up.
The thing is, though, and really no party's going to come away with this with a huge advantage.
It's a wash.
So it's exactly. All this work is going to have gone into it. A lot of tensions between Republicans and Democrats, tensions, even in Congress. And at the end of the day, Republicans may have a slight advantage because they did this.
The only guys who benefited from it all are the lawyers. Hunter Woodall, not a lawyer, but a very good political reporter. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you soon.